evening, everyone. Thanks a lot for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta. And once again, we're getting you a Battle for Karnataka special from our Bengaluru studios. A lot of reports from around the city and special interviews also lined up. But the big focus first up this evening, after BJP's manifesto release yesterday, is the Congress's manifesto release today. And what has once again garnered all the headlines is this almost tit-for-tat announcement after the PFI ban by the BJP that if the Congress were to come to power, not only will they ban organizations like the PFI, which is already under ban, but also they have now equated the PFI with the Bajrang Dal, which is a larger Sangh Parivar organization on ground and Hindu outfit. They have said that organizations like the Bajrang Dal also promote hatred on the ground and they will look to ban such outfits. That has created a bit of an outpouring of reaction. We'll get you all of that in just a bit. But remember, as far as the Congress's manifesto is concerned, it has also brought in a lot of other elements, a lot of the guarantees that they had already announced and more softs and promises for the public. They're really throwing the kitchen sink as far as this election is concerned. They are not leaving any community, any segment of the community untouched as far as their poll promises are concerned. But can they deliver and fulfill them? Is it even plausible and possible? We'll take those questions to our guest in just a bit. But I want to break down some of the Congress promises that have been made and the ones that are creating a little bit of a controversy. So the Congress has promised to take decisive action against organizations which are, quote, spreading hatred. They claim that organizations like PFI and Bajrang Dal, basically equating the two, are those that are spreading enmity amongst communities. According to the Congress, these organizations are spreading hatred on ground on the basis of caste and religion. They have even vowed to repeal the quote-unquote unjust laws passed by the BJP within a year of their government. They have even pledged to hike caste-based reservations in the state from 50 to a whopping 75%. They are saying this is possible, this can be done legally with changes in the constitution, and they will push for it. And remember, within this promise is the promise of bringing back quotas or reservations from the Muslim community, which the outgoing BJP government has, at least in its cabinet decision, scrapped, although that is subject to some legal battles. Now this has become, especially the ban vow on the Bajrang Dal, has become a bit of a controversy in Karnataka. First up, listen in to how the Prime Minister responded to this manifesto announcement by the Congress.
मेरे लिए हनुमान जी की पवित्र भूमि को नमन करना ये बहुत बड़ा सौभाग्य है, लेकिन दुर्भाग्य देखिए, जब मैं आज हनुमान जी की पवित्र भूमि को प्रणाम करने के लिए आया हूं, उसी समय कांग्रेस पार्टी ने अपने मैनिफेस्टो में बजरंग बली को ताने में बंद करने का निर्णय किया है। पहले प्रभु श्री राम को ताने में बंद किया और अब जय बजरंग बली बोलने वालों को ताने में बंद करने का संकल्प लिया है। यह देश का दुर्भाग्य है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी को प्रभु श्री राम से भी तकलीफ होती थी और अब जय बजरंग बली बोलने वालों से भी तकलीफ हो रही है।
So that's the big debate coming up. As far as the Congress's Bajrang Dal ban vow is concerned, is it a sincere promise? Is it a promise of action? Or is this pure appeasement taking place in the name of banning organizations? And can an organization like the PFI and the Bajrang Dal be equated? That debate is coming up.
I want to make Karnataka a global Karnataka, a Karnataka with a peace, Karnataka with a progress, Karnataka with a positive approach.
बजरंग दल के लिए जो उन्होंने कहा है एक बार कांग्रेस पार्टी हिंदू विरोधी पार्टी है, ये कांग्रेस ने साबित कर दिया है, इसके पहले भी साबित किया है।
जब मैं आज हनुमान जी की पवित्र भूमि को प्रणाम करने के लिए आया हूं, उसी समय कांग्रेस पार्टी ने अपने मैनिफेस्टो में बजरंग बली को ताने में बंद करने का निर्णय किया है।
First up, amongst many star campaigners from the BJP that have thronged the streets of Karnataka is Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma as well. I caught up with him very briefly on this manifesto announcement, especially the Bajrang Dal ban vow by the Congress party. Listen in. The Congress is announcing that they'll ban organizations like Bajrang Dal. What is your response, sir?
My reaction is that we have banned PFI.
Yes.
That is why to take revenge, you are saying that you will ban Bajrang Dal. You are saying we will give reservation for Muslim people. You are saying that we will repeal anti-conversion bill. You are saying that हम गो हत्या को रेगुलराइज कर देगा, हम गो हत्या विरोधी कानून को भी खत्म कर दूंगा. Today you become officially a spokesperson of Muslim fundamentalist organization. I doubt if Jinnah would have been alive today, whether he would speak in this language. Today you have gone so low, you have virtually waged war against the Indian people.
That's a very strong word you're using. Waging war against the country.
They are waging war against the Indian people because you are not promising reservation for Sikh. You are not promising reservation for Jain. You are not promising reservation for Buddhism. You are not promising reservation for Hindu. Why you are promising reservation only for Muslim? That means you are waging war against the common citizen of India.
Very strong words there, and Himanta Biswa Sarma was not the only BJP leader to hammer the Congress party on the Bajrang Dal issue. You heard there him talking about that there are no reservations announced for other religions but only for Muslims. Why? And he used very strong words there that the Congress is waging a war against the country by becoming a Muslim fundamentalist voice. Let's go across to the guests joining us. Madhu N. Rao is the Karnataka BJP spokesperson. Bhavya Narsimha Murthy is Karnataka Congress spokesperson joining us. Pratap Kanagar of the JDS possibly will join us very soon. But I want to begin with Bhavya first up. You know, a lot of people are wondering where this Bajrang Dal ban talk has even come from. Why did you even feel the need? Because from all we hear, Bajrang Dal does not even have that much of a presence in Karnataka.
Bajrang Dal is also one among those, personally I would call them as fringe elements, because there have been a lot of disturbances, social unrest because of that organization as well. And we are very clearly saying in our manifesto that we won't be taking a suo moto action just to ban them. But in case any of these organizations, irrespective of who is backing them, if they create any disturbance in the society or harm the peace or of the society, you know, or hurt the people of Karnataka in any manner, it is definitely our duty, if we are in power, to ban them. It is the safety of Karnataka people.
Taking action against an organization, if they indulge in anything illegal, is one thing. You can obviously take action against those individuals, but you don't ban organizations just because one person from that organization does something. The organization at the organizational level has to be involved in anti-India or terror activities, like the PFI was known to. Even if, let's say, a Bajrang Dal activist is caught doing something illegal, you can't ban an organization based on that. That's illegal.
But if the Bajrang Dal, as an organization, comes up with any of these, training these young men, giving them this Trishul Diksha, that's an arm. You can't...
The Trishul is an arm in India, you're saying? So everybody carrying a Trishul is going to be acted on?
You mean to say giving a Trishul Diksha, giving them training openly giving hate speeches. There are like in other
Hate
states,
speeches
they
I'm
have
not
given
getting
hate
into.
speeches. One second. To create disharmony, any society, let me tell you this, it's not against Bajrang Dal, whether it is PFI or Bajrang Dal, any of these organizations. The problem is this, BJP is selective in banning organizations. We are not. For us, the main intention is to maintain the harmony of our state.
Okay, fair enough. Can I go across to Madhu and Rao? Fundamentally, the point they're making is that the BJP selectively took action against an organization like PFI, but there are Hindu, quote-unquote, militant organizations you have never acted against.
Shivani, good evening. I think I think it is but for natural for the Congress party to come up with such excuses. I think it is desperate politics by a decimated party in India. I think they're rattled. They do not have any issues to talk about. I mean, look at the Congress narrative. They want to ban perhaps a cultural outfit without even having any evidence. Now, what have we done in case of a PFI? These were these very same people who let 1,600 PFI and KFD activists, even 175 cases were withdrawn in 2015, June 2015. Why was it? Why was it done? Isn't it ambition politics? We were the same persons in 2009. In 2010, we had registered not less than 175 cases in Hassan, Shumaga, as well as in Mysore on communal rights issues. And these people had the audacity to release all the PFI activists and now to come and cry saying that there's other outfit which is alike PFI.
No, they're not defending the PFI, but they're saying...
The point is
they're not defending the PFI.
We will ban them
Shivani,
too. We are going to ban them
the
too.
Congress
If
is
they
telling
create any
that they will
disharmony
ban
in the
if they do
society,
it. The offense is
we
not
will
done.
ban them.
The accused is already identified. How is
Yeah,
it possible?
no, he has a point there.
How is it possible?
What point?
How do they know about it?
One second.
Offense is not done at all. How can you identify an accused? Is it a crime? Where is the crime? Where are the cases against Bajrang Dal? Let the Congress party say.
Excuse me.
This is why I'm telling that they are anti-Hindu and these are the appeasement politics. The people of Karnataka will teach them lessons and they'll see the dust of them on 13th of May.
No, he has a point there. Why have you
Before
identified...
his point, I just
No,
want
one
to
second.
say,
He has a
today
point. One second.
Karnataka-
I'll just pose the question, you answer.
Yeah.
The question one is saying, you are saying that we'll not take an action suo moto. We'll do it if they do something. But why do you have to announce that? And why do you have to pinpointedly point at Bajrang Dal and name them? Then it is about any organization.
Okay. So recently, Mr. Amit Shah, the Home Minister, comes to Karnataka and in one of his rallies says if Congress comes to power, there will be riots. Karnataka is a peace-loving state and it has been one. And maximum number of years, Congress was in power. And we will make sure it will remain one. And it's not going to change into any of those states where riots are very common.
Okay, but
when
what
a
does that
Home
have to
Minister
do with
comes
this?
here, and it is our duty to tell the people that we are going to keep you safe, no matter what.
But have you not
We are gonna
maligned
ban
the
these-
Bajrang Dal without any evidence?
Exactly.
That's the
Without-
question.
Exactly.
There have been incidences in the past.
Right.
The mob,
Yeah.
banning the Muslims from business outside temples. These are all creating unrest in the society.
But ma'am, that's the question I
a
asked
common
you.
Hindu like me,
Huh.
we do not believe in what Bajrang Dal preaches.
Fair enough, but the question I asked you was precisely this, that obviously any individual who indulges
And
in such
I
an
would like-
activity,
huh.
you must take action against them. But to ban an organization, even an organization like the PFI, it took years to collect
Exactly.
evidence against them, and then only
That's
the Home
exactly
Ministry
what
can
we are
act.
saying. We are
How-
not saying as soon as we come to power,
Why
we
do
will
you have to
ban
name them?
Bajrang
Why
Dal.
Why do you have to name them?
Live home.
Isn't it? Aren't they anti-Hindu?
home.
Why was Bajrang Dal named in the manifesto? Please tell the state of
Because
Karnataka.
we also consider that as one of the
That
fringe
means you're anti-Hindu
elements.
without even
Sorry to say this. For you, Bajrang Dal might represent you. As a normal Hindu, it doesn't represent me. Majority of Karnataka do not believe Bajrang Dal represents Hinduism or Hindu
This is
culture.
unconstitutional.
Bajrang Dal do not represent
Shivani,
me.
may I come in?
I am
Yeah.
a Hindu woman and
Shivani,
Bajrang
may I
Dal
come
is
in?
One by one.
anti-women.
One by
And
one. One by
there
one.
have been incidences where they've created ruckus in a pub, beaten up women, the Bajrang Dal activists.
No, I'm not
It is
defending them, but
anti-women.
my question
I
is-
would say it is anti-Hindu. It's a shame.
Okay,
May I come
madam,
in?
For
May I
us
come in,
Hindus,
Shivani?
One second.
to have that kind of a culture. And
But I'm
Bajrang Dal
just
do not
saying-
represent me, it might represent you.
So Bajrang Dal do not represent the whole
I am
Hindu.
proud
Okay,
to be
why
a
you
Bajrang Dali.
call
Even if I want to be
us
one.
anti-Hindu?
What's wrong in that?
Sorry to, so
One by
okay,
one.
you call
One by
You
yourself
want to be a
Bajrang Dali.
PFI activist?
I am
You
not.
want to
I
support
am a
PFI
proud
activist?
Hindu.
Fair enough,
I
you
am
support
not a
them.
Bajrang Dal
Absolutely, we
activist.
have no
I'm
issue.
One by
not
one.
going to be
One by one.
appeased
One by
by
one.
Bajrang Dal.
Bhavya
No
and
matter
Madhu,
what.
I request you to please be calm. Yes, Madhu, you wanted to come in.
Well-
they're saying that, see, for us, Bajrang Dal is an anti-social and maybe even an anti-Hindu organization, whatever she's saying. As a government or as a party, they have the right to announce what they stand for. You announce UCC in your campaigns, right? People can say that is appeasement too.
Shivani,
So they have the right to announce it.
Shivani,
Please, one by one only. No, don't shout over each other.
I think this is a double standard of the Congress party. I think, see, this is a rattled Congress party. Let me tell you this. Now, the point is this. How can you even identify an accused even without committing an offense? What sort of constitutionality are you speaking about? I know for a fact they care a damn about the Constitution. But this is not the way. Now, point number one. Point number two. This is the very same Congress party who had inner arrangements with the SDPI. I have not told this. It is told by none less than the Congress, Mr. Parameshwar. He told, let any organization, whether it is SDPI or any other organization, support us so that we can crush the BJP. This is what the Congress party is all about. That was corroborated by the SDPI General Secretary Ilyas Tumbe, who told in the last occasion of 2018 elections, 25 seats were, it was all in the nature of an understanding.
Okay,
and
let's focus.
And now they are unto do a thing which no government has done. Why do you want to ban some outfit out of no relevance? I mean, please show the cases which are against Bajrang Dal.
Fair enough.
Please show it.
No, fair enough. Let me ask a question. Okay, clearly this is an issue that certainly divides the two parties. But my fundamental question also is, and we'll get you more on this in just a bit, is it an issue that resonates in the public in India, or has the Congress party, by announcing this, you have not much to gain in Karnataka, but you could have much to lose in other states? As a national party, have you put yourself in a soup by naming Bajrang Dal? Either you make your case against them via, police cases and investigation, etc. But you've named them, you're saying we'll do it if they do something. That's not how it works, no, ma'am. That's all. Have you effectively projected yourself as anti-Hindu, as the BJP claims in the rest of the country? One by one.
BJP can claim a lot of things. Bajrang Dal does not represent Hindu. In no way it represents Hindus. First thing. And BJP has become so desperate in winning this election after the survey says Congress is going to come in full majority. They're so desperate. All of them have become such crybabies. Like, instead of talking about real issues, they're crying. Starting from the Prime Minister to every spokesperson, they're crying on TV, they're crying in rallies.
Okay, I have limited time.
And they're really complaining about everything.
Okay, Madhu, you are complaining about a lot of things. 20 seconds.
You can't expect better
Instead
from
of
this
talking about
decimated Congress party, who in 2007 filed an affidavit before the Supreme Court of India saying that we do not believe in Lord Ram, point number one. And it was this very same Congress party, the Prime Minister, none other than Manmohan Singh, who shook hands with a dreaded terrorist called as Yasin Malik in official residence of the Prime Minister. What else can you expect from this great political party? Decimated party this is. People of Karnataka will show the lesson on 13th. They will see the dust of the day on 13th of May.
All right. I have to leave it at that. Clearly, this is a very heated debate. We'll continue to take this forward. But I also spoke to some of our network editors and journalists who are going all across Karnataka like me and get a sense, especially in Bengaluru, of the impact the Congress Manifesto has had today. So listen in to this editors' roundtable. The politicians will always, of course, have things to say about their own promises and others. But Network 18's experienced reporters have been travelling through Karnataka. I'm joined by our South editor, DP Satish, and of course, senior editor Pallavi Ghosh. Both of them have been travelling in Karnataka. DP Satish obviously knows Karnataka like the back of his hand. So let's talk to these experienced journalists about what they think the Congress Manifesto did right or wrong. DP, according to you, was it wrong or a blunder of sorts, hitting themselves on their toes with this Bajrang Dal ban vow that the Congress has announced?
See, Congress and BJP both have promised a lot of things, and they have promised a lot of welfare measures. What some people call freebie, they may not be freebie because it helped a lot of people. And both BJP and Congress have done the same thing because they know after caste, sub-caste, candidate, money and all, they also need a good manifesto to win the election.
After all of those
things. And they have done a good thing. And BJP and Congress manifesto, they have promised a lot of things, and there are also some similarities between these two manifestos. And both of them have at least assured the people that they are going to deliver these things. And as a voter here, and also a journalist here, I say both the manifestos look good if they implement them. But at the same time,
What
Congress,
about this Bajrang Dal thing?
no one expected Congress to ban this Bajrang Dal if they come to power. Congress manifesto promises that they are going to ban Bajrang Dal. Bajrang Dal is a fringe organization in Karnataka. Electorally, Bajrang Dal has zero relevance in Karnataka. Even the BJP people, many of them, at least most of them, don't even want to associate themselves with Bajrang Dal. That is the situation here. And Congress has promised the voters that if they come to power, they are going to ban Bajrang Dal. Now, BJP is attacking Congress, saying that Congress is an anti-Hindu party. That's why Congress has promised the voters that they are going to ban Bajrang Dal. It might backfire.
So, Pallavi, I was going to ask you exactly this. You know, what happens in any state election actually today, in today's India, has a reverberation across the country. So, by doing this, has the Congress, as DP says, it's not a big factor in Karnataka, but instead, forget about Karnataka, the rest of the country, they've sent a message that they're anti-Hindu, as he's saying.
Yeah, Shivanan, a bit of Rahul Gandhi is reflected in the manifesto because, you know, we know his opposition to the RSS is legendary. But, you know, like DP, I'm a little surprised that why did they even have to mention it in black and white? Because I remember this is something which was definitely, two inputs were given to Rahul Gandhi when he was campaigning here. One, don't talk about the Adani issue at all. It doesn't resonate on the ground. So just stick to local issues. And second, let's not get into any topic which is going to polarize, because it's already North Karnataka, coastal Karnataka is considered to be the Hindutva kind of a zone, and the Congress is a little weak on that wicket, so why do you do it? And you're right, Shivani, is not just about state elections. We are putting that step to the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. So what happens here, the results, if we are going to say it's going to have national repercussions, so similarly, what is being said here is also going to have national repercussions. And mind you, the Prime Minister is not going to let Rahul Gandhi forget that.
No, he's commented about the Bajrang Dal thing already. He talked about how, you know, Bajrang Bali is a revered figure for them. And the Congress has shown its true colours by banning the Bajrang Dal.
Election time Hindu is the kind of tab which is given on the Gandhi family. You know, that the Jane Dharu Brahman that was said about Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra going to temples and so on and so forth. This is just going to make them look bad. Not just in Karnataka, in the sense, I don't know how much, DP will know better, but nationally, yes, you've given it on a platter now to the BJP.
Yeah, so I foresee that every time now there is an election, and especially in the run-up to 2024, the BJP will remind the public everywhere. And in other places than Karnataka, DP, it may matter. Bajrang Dal, you know, it may be an evocative, emotional issue for the rest of the electorate. So you're right, maybe it could backfire. But other than that, now, if we talk in totality, whose manifesto do you think is striking a better chord if we were to leave the Bajrang Dal aside?
See, very difficult to say, because BJP, a month ago, BJP was ridiculing Congress, even taunting them, saying that Congress believes only in freebies and they will give a lot of freebies to people, what some of them call freebie. But what happened yesterday, BJP manifesto is full of welfare schemes, and they have also promised a lot to people. Today, Congress has come out with its manifesto, and Congress manifesto, there is no surprise in it, because Congress was expected to announce all these things. But they have come out with a lot of things. Okay, Congress has included each and everything. Interest-free loan to farmers up to 10 lakh rupees. They have also 7 rupee subsidy to the milk producers per litre. Then 3,000 crore rupee project for these gig workers, including Uber and all these people, Zomato, Swiggy, delivery boys, those kind of people, because they are also a very big part of Bangalore's new economy or modern economy, and there is a lot for women and free bus pass for women passengers. All kinds of things Congress has promised. And they have also promised one more very important, Anganwadi. Anganwadi workers, they have been the most harassed in the state because they are being used for every government work and get paid very little. Congress has promised them 15,000 respectable salary per month, plus once they retire, they will get a 3 lakh rupee retirement benefit and all. All these things might work in their favor, and Congress also knows they will have to please each and every caste, every region. That's why they have announced that they are going to, what you call, spend so much money or this much money in this region, that region, on this caste, that caste, everything.
But people are asking, DP, where is all of this money going to come from? You can promise it, but does the state even have that budget?
No, Karnataka, I am sure Karnataka government has that much budget because they have a lot of money. If they really use it well, spend it well, certainly they can fulfill all their promises. Look at the Siddaramaya's government, who ruled from 2013 to 2018, and they made some 100 promises, and they delivered almost all, about 96 or 97, and it's a fact. You can go and check. It is
Okay,
there.
but let me also ask you, just coming back to the whole Muslim appeasement thing, what the Congress is also promising is that they're going to increase the reservation to as much as 85% today, they said. They were saying 75% till yesterday. They've promised some specific schemes for Muslim women as well. They've said that they're going to roll back some of these communal laws passed by or problematic laws passed by the BJP. I'm guessing they're talking about the anti-conversion law and the cow protection law. How do you read into all of that?
See, Congress needs Muslim vote because Muslims are about 12 to 13% of Karnataka's population. If Congress has got one major vote bank, that is Muslim vote bank. So Congress hopes that at least 90% of the Muslims vote as a bloc. And Muslim is a pan-Karnataka religion. Every village, every town of Karnataka will find Muslims there. And in some constituencies, their population may be 10,000. In some constituencies, their population may be 1 lakh. But you need Muslim votes. And Muslims are their major vote bank. So they will have to definitely do something. And secondly, Congress knows these Muslims are not being wooed by BJP. And if they don't do these things, JDS might get some Muslim votes. That's why Congress wants to ensure that all the Muslim votes will go to Congress. That's why they are doing all these things. These things may or may not work once if they come to power and after the elections. But Congress can't afford to ignore Muslims like other parties do, because the Muslims are their major vote bank. Who are the major vote banks of Congress? Muslims about 11 to 12%, then Kuruba, Sidramaya caste about 78%. Together they are 20%. So they are the core vote of Congress. And if Congress gets this 20% vote, and after that they can manage remaining 20-22%, and they can cross the halfway mark, this is their idea. And as of now, Sidramaya is the tallest leader of the party in the state, and surprisingly or strangely, Karnataka Muslims don't have their own leader. And all of them look up to Sidramaya, and Sidramaya is the tallest leader of the Muslims in Karnataka, plus his own caste Kurubas, and he commands 18 to 20% vote share.
What do you make of this Siddaramaiah DK Shivkumar conflict and tension? A little bit of it was visible as they were announcing their manifesto as well.
In fact, Shivani, when I was at the manifesto release, and it's very interesting because I remember Siddaramaiah was sitting and DK Shivkumar was just getting up to speak, and Siddaramaiah also started walking towards the podium, and clearly he wants to speak, and DK Shivkumar kind of, shoos him down. I mean, like he made him go back and tells him to sit down, and he wanted to speak. But, on a serious thought, when I do speak to many of the Congress leaders, I'm talking about many in Delhi and some of them who are going to be a part of the decision making should the Congress win, they do admit in private that Siddaramaiah is the one. But at this point of time, they don't want to ruffle any feathers because they're worried about, as DP is pointing out, they actually want to have a clear majority. Because the worry is that if it's a hung or if it's a very wafer-thin majority, that's where the BJP is good at, according to them, or that's where someone else may also come in. So they want to avoid that. So DK, I think it's a Rajasthan kind of a Chhattisgarh situation where DK is the PCC chief, but he still doesn't have that ground or grassroots support as say Siddaramaiah has. Just as in Rajasthan, Gehlot had and Sachin Pilot didn't. And this whole rotation cycle, I don't think it really works. We've seen that example of Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh. No one believes it. I'm sure even DK and Siddaramaiah themselves do not believe it.
Okay. But, when DP was talking about how the Congress has to get all of that Muslim vote, they don't want it to be splintered between it and the JDS. Do you think the Congress also runs the risk of then again alienating the Hindus by going so all out for the Muslim populace?
Yeah, it's a catch-22 situation for them because they know that the Muslim vote is important, but they also cannot not want to push their Hindutva agenda, especially in areas like North and all of that. Today, in fact, at the manifesto release, I was speaking to one of the leaders of the Congress party, and I told him, what do you think about Jagdish Shetty? He says, we're not so confident that he's going to win, but he wanted to send out a message. And that message is what we are trying to send out, and for very obvious reasons. So they want, politicians want everything. I mean, political parties want this and that. So if they manage to swing a bit of the Hindutva vote in their favor, I think the Congress calculates that we should be able to sail through.
Okay. Let me just take final comments. Pallavi, why don't you start first? At this stage, as we speak on May 2 today, there's still about 5 days of some campaigning to go. The Prime Minister's large stretch blitzkrieg is also expected. Do you sense that nobody is that far ahead? It's a little bit even Stevens. Would that be fair to say? Few days still left?
Like the exams we give, I think the last 24 hours, whatever you put in terms of studies becomes important. I think the last 2 to 3 days becomes very important, which is why they are, pulling all the trump cards out. Neck to neck, I would say. It's very difficult to say at this
moment. The BJP would be very happy to hear that because till about 10 days ago, it was seeming like the Congress
It didn't seem like a sweep. I mean, that's my calculation. DP, of course, would know much, much better. To me, it doesn't look like a huge sweep for for the Congress, because there are areas in which the Congress definitely is not the preferred one. But in some areas, I did find, a lot of people saying, we want a change, we want a difference.
Yeah. DP, what do you think? Is anybody clearly ahead at this stage?
It is a fiercely contested election because in each constituency there is a fight. Okay, in this constituency, someone is voting BJP or BJP is ahead. In the next constituency, Congress is ahead. Situation is like that. Okay, because it is a highly localized election. So candidates matter, caste matters, sub-caste matters, and after that party, ideology, narratives matter. And 2 days before the election, we know what happens in Karnataka. Money also matters. And all political parties are going to flood the election market with the money in the last 2 days.
That's the ugly reality of...
That is the ugly reality of Karnataka politics, in particular, and India's politics in general.
Yeah.